Push, push, Daieisho, reads a colourful message at Asaka City Hall, guardian of the family register of Sumo's newest top division champion. All the January results of the man born Hayato Takanishi are listed on this board in the lobby. Push, push is exactly what he did to get them. Asaka Daiyon Elementary School is where he was doubtless first asked what he wanted to be when he grew up. Given it's just a stone's throw from Hizaori-cho, knee-break town, is it surprising young Hayato chose to do sumo? This is his junior high school just up the road, Asaka Daiichi. It was here he joined the gardening club, learned how to cultivate cucumbers and aubergines, and fell in love with the sunflower, the motif for the yellow stick balloons his supporters waved when cheering him on last Sunday. The other stick balloons they held were orange, the team colour of his high school, Saitama Sakae. "He wasn't so strong when we first had him, you know," said Sakae coach Michinori Yamada. "We put him on the teppo pole endlessly, got him doing slapping practice as we do with all the weaker ones." Teenage Daieisho's hands were already big, to the point at which family friends joked he didn't need a catcher's glove for baseball. But after all that extra pole slapping, they ballooned yet further, maintaining the dexterity to excel on school chanko duty, but also gaining the power to destroy in the ring. Hayato Takanishi soon knew there'd be no more need for belt grips. What threatened to destroy Daieisho's game, though, was the elbow trouble which, as you can see from this September 2020 video, prevented him from properly extending his right arm. The ensuing operation thankfully corrected that defect, meaning the next time he fought Asanoyama, his January 2021 title charge got well and truly underway. Being the same age, the two men have often been compared, Daieisho unfavourably. Until now. The Asaka man continued to mock the rankings chart on day 2 with this win over Yokozuna candidate Takakeisho, and in dismissing the healthier Shodai with the same ease as he did the injured version last time, he completed the whitewash of the top 3 men involved and looked great for the double figures he desired. But still the run continued. Mitakeumi smashed for the 3rd straight bout. Takayasu, despite easily leading their head-to-head, blitzed likewise on day 5. And otherwise Herculean Terunofuji, crushed with even more swagger than last time. By now, Daieisho was chasing a record, the first Maegashira man in modern times to beat every Sanyaku man on the chart. Against Takano Sho, he not only achieved that, but with his most explosive sumo of the meet thus far, earning unqualified praise even from his demanding coach. "Raise your voice more," Coach Oitekaze had ordered the once shy recruit on his salaried promotion. That Saturday, Daieisho could not have announced himself any louder. An entire first week unbeaten, and double figures now too modest a goal. On day 8, we finally saw his defense, and with it a sign that things were building to something special. Only a wrestler at the very top of his game, and with unreal momentum, can pull an arm and a victory out of that spot. He now had a 2-point lead to defend on day 9, the first Maegashira ever to do so. At such moments might he have felt as if walking on water. And with his pride hurt by that lost thrusting exchange, Daieisho felt doubly empowered to attack more. Triply perhaps, given his next opponent, to whom he'd lost his past 3. I'll show him how strong I've become. Alas, Sumo's not that easy, and Daieisho lamented the caution he'd thrown to the January wind. And it's here we must add the missing element to the narrative, the driving force. Delve sufficiently, at times unreasonably, and a sumo writer will always find some trauma or hardship that makes a wrestler's story more compelling. With Daieisho, the writer barely need look. For reasons unexplained, his father's never been around. Money was always tight in his household. He adores his dog all the more now because as a child he could never afford one. Neither could his mother afford to put him through Sakai, so his older brother gave up his university plans to cut the family costs and took a job at 18 to help raise funds. Had that not happened, Hayato Takanishi would not have started training with Daiki Nakamura at 15. And a deeply indebted Daieisho would not now be facing Hokuto Fuji. We assume he's been paying back his family with his salary and cash prize earnings. He was caught overly leaning in by Onosho on day 11 and vowed to be more careful at the rope. On day 12, his vow was tested. Had that decision gone the way of this title rival, Daieisho could have found himself leapfrogged by another. But it's for moments like these that wrestler superstitions are kept. He used to be Daisho-e. He was told wrestlers with "e" on the end of their name suffer lower body injuries. He did get injured, and so became Daieisho. The judges on day 12 gave him little reason to doubt the effect of the name change. Meisei must have been his mental turning point, for in the home straight, Daieisho looked a thruster complete, annihilating Ryuden, out-hitting Tamawashi, and on the final afternoon, almost running to the rope as if it were the finish line. Rival Shodai had collapsed the day before, and Daieisho had become the first man from Oitekaze stable and his native Saitama to hold, in his words, the astoundingly heavy Emperor's Cup. His mother's words, from behind the waterfall of tears, he's a good, loyal son. Up the hill from Knee Break Town, and Knee Break Dentist, thank God that hospital's nearby, at the summit of Asaka City stands quaint little Happy Town, like something from a Yoji Yamada movie, and in which Daiyon Elementary stands. Right now, it's an especially happy place, as evidenced by the large message pinned to its windows. Congratulations on your title, Daieisho! Kneebreak Town actually takes its name from an old local legend. That of rabble-rousing military commander Tsukeshige Oguri, fleeing his enemies on horseback, but driving that horse to exhaustion until knees were broken. In contrast, we now have the image of Daieisho reaching the Asaka summit by gloriously and honorably flying through the morning mist. The most famous man in the city today, Asaka's living legend.